This year, we have about 60 exhibitors from around 20 countries from the European Union. This is the most significant participation that we have been able to mobilize since the first edition of this fair, which in fact already took place here at the same university. And this is obviously an opportunity to showcase firstly study and research opportunities in Europe, but also to disseminate information on bursaries and scholarships offered by the European Union member states as well as by the European Commission through its new flagship program, which is called Erasmus+. And this is also an important way to establish or reinforce partnerships in South Africa with European universities. The organization of this fair in Johannesburg will be followed by an institutional event in Cape Town on 17th of February, and which will address cooperation in higher education between South Africa and the European Union through student and staff mobility, EU-funded opportunities and research cooperation. And another fair will take place in Cape Town on the 18th of February and will be hosted by the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. It may also be highlighted that the exchange programs are not a one-way street. Last year, we had about 300 students under our own programs, and 2/3 of whom went to Europe, and 1/3, in fact, came from Europe to study in South Africa. Such activities fall under the broader collaboration between the European Union and South Africa, which have been established in matters of higher education and training. And we have established this dialogue since 2012, which itself forms part of the 2007 strategic partnership between South Africa and the European Union. In this context, we have ministerial meetings end of February when our Vice President of the European Commission and High Representative of Foreign Affairs will come to South Africa to have the discussions with your government, and probably we will have a summit in summer in Europe where the President of South Africa will meet his counterparts in Europe. This partnership is about dialogue, sharing of practices and challenges in a number of areas. Teacher and lecturer professionalism development is, for instance, one of our most recent workshops, which gathered practitioners from South Africa and Europe last year. And this partnership is also about support programs to education and notably teacher education. I'm aware that your university is very much engaged in teacher education, notably at the foundation phase. Our ambassador was very much honored to give an address late last year when this wonderful infrastructure was inaugurated that you established to support your teacher education programs through a state-of-the-art teaching school approach. Promoting students and staff mobility is obviously an important contribution to academic performance and progress. Numerous studies, including on past EU-funded mobility programs in South Africa, have also shown the highly positive impact in terms of transversal skills or life skills, development and employability on those who have been exposed to international experiences. At the departure event for students last year, which I already mentioned, we also had a number of testimonies of students that came back and shared their experiences with their other students already now leaving. And in this context, I would like to quote one of the testimonies of a South African beneficiary of a 10-month Erasmus scholarship in Europe. And she said, "I learned a great deal, not only about myself, but also about European leather industry. The scholarship granted me an opportunity to experience a new culture. Experiences different types of education helped with my personal development. Most importantly, I made lifelong friends." And she further said, it is in this international exposure, she claimed, that she got her current job, and she further explained how she got this job, They were looking for someone with diversity, which comes with international exposure and an understanding of how other countries were doing things. My scholarship opened many doors. And this person, this lady, is now teaching at the University of Johannesburg, Departments of Fashion Design. In the specific context of South Africa's higher education system and its challenges in terms of aging academics, gender and race transformation, as well as PhD outputs, we would really like to encourage South African universities and public authorities to use these scholarships and capacity building initiatives to notably support the emergence of the new generation of academics for the country. Your Vice-Chancellor, you have given a precise overview of the challenges the world and Africa is facing in the future. When you talked about Beijing, I remember the time I spent in New Delhi, which was my posting before here. And I can also say I've hardly ever seen a sunset and a sunrise because the sun comes out of the smoke and sets into the smoke. Sometimes you see it then at the top when it's on top. So it is really a challenge, one of the challenges we are facing. And you have also mentioned the gold, which was found here at the Witwatersrand and has profoundly changed this area here. I think the gold of today is education and knowledge, and we have the advantage that we have some control where we find and place this gold, and was not put there millions and billions of years ago by nature. And I think we have to develop this gold, share it equally among the whole population, and bring it to the advantage of our knowledge, which is, to my opinion, absolutely essential to address the problems you have highlighted so equivalently. With these few words, I would like to thank you, and I look forward to a successful study fair in this place. Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.